Today we're going to be covering Bobb Sapp versus Ernesto Hoost. Ernesto Hoost was basically the best striker in the world at this time. He won the K1 Grand Prix, I think 4 times. So he kind of went up against 16 of the best strikers in the world and won it. He's known for his kind of boxing combinations and then the Dutch low leg kick, which is kind of like angled at the top of your thigh. And then obviously, the legs are so conditioned, they're like baseball bats. So a few of these kicks take him out. But when he fought Bobb Sapp is a big unit. We're talking, 175 kilograms with abs. Ernesto Hoost, I think, is here about maybe 110 kilograms. And what you'll see in a minute is how strength and power does matter when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. The thing I wanted to just touch base on as well was the goal and game plan for the YouTube channel and the TV video network is to basically develop the best hand-to-hand combat system possible. So we're basically looking at all the champions in the world, across all the different martial arts, and we're going, okay, what's his signature move? What's the best move? What's the fastest move? What's the most powerfulest move? And we're going to put it all into one system. I'm not sure on the specific name at the moment, but my code name for it is 360 MMA. So 360 is a circle, and MMA, so it just covers everything. So what is the best? If you've got this gentleman here, Mr. Bobb Sapp, coming towards you, 175 kilograms, with abs, with muscles, looking to take you out, what are you gonna do? So yeah, that's the game plan. Is build this system, build it into a course, so everyone can utilize it, and hopefully, we develop the best kind of hand-to-hand combat fighting system there is. There's so much great stuff out there, and I've been looking at some real experts who've trained special forces and stuff. So at the moment I'm just covering match stuff, kind of boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, grappling, but we'll be covering the street fight stuff, but what is the correct way to, I don't know, kick someone in the balls or something, you know what I mean? And just for example, Bobb Sapp, Ernesto Hoost lost against Bobb Sapp twice, and he was the best striker in the world, but then someone beat him, but just kind of kicking him in the balls early on. So when you have a large opponent looking to take you out, you probably have to fight a little bit dirty, if it is in a match setting. If it's self-defense and it's life or death, you have to do whatever you need to do to survive, because that person's trying to take you out. So anyway, so let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy. So yeah, Ernesto Hoost is amazing. I've covered him before in a video. So as you can see, basically his idea, he's as you can see, basically Bobb Sapp's fighting strategy is basically to rush the opponent, so get as close to possible, and then hammer fist, punch, until he's out of the game. So kind of like big kind of like gorilla move, basically. I'm a big gorilla coming in, bang bang bang, you're dead. Do you know what I mean? And so, but I'm gonna touch on a few things which I think would work against this kind of opponent in a match setting and in a street fight. So as you can see, the size difference is humongous, and Ernesto Hoost, he likes to. You need a bit of distance for his method. So his method is basically combo with his hands punching, and then boom, low leg kick to the upper thigh, and then chop out the legs. But Bobb knows this and training for this, so he just rushes him and then just kind of like hammer fists him down until he's out of the game. So, you know, like for Ernesto Hoost to go to work, he needs that range. That he's like trying to get his kicks in, but it doesn't work against this opponent in this particular strategy. And don't forget, you know, like all it takes is, you know, a certain amount of power and pressure of you know, for the brain to hit the skull, and then that's KO. You know, and look at the size difference. Nice. Look, so look, he's going to work. He's getting those leg kicks in. You know, he felt that, but you know, like this is why the like if you get really good with your kicks, you know, like, but and look, the cardio as well. I don't know how he lost this fight actually. Like looking at where he's at now, but we shall see, I suppose. But you've got to stay away from damage against someone like this. Like he's doing the right thing. Look, boom, 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 boom. Get the leg kicks in. That's. He just needs to do it faster. Not keep messing around. Look, as you can see, Bobb Sapp is blowing. His cardio obviously isn't up to scratch, and he's just like, you know. So this is where Ernesto Hoost just needs to go to town on the low leg kicks. But I tell you, like. There's another champion. I don't know if we've covered him yet. We'll cover him, called Rico von Hansen, I think. But basically, he's Glory champion at the moment, being the champion for the last 7 years, heavyweight, like 120 kilos, something like that. It's big unit, and his signature move is the inner thigh, upper thigh leg kick, you know, where it's more softer. So it's a very good. Ernesto's like, it's not about taking damage. He's realizing, you know, he's got a. They're both blowing. This is, you know, like if you're fighting on this level, you need your cardio. You need to be that marathon runner, ultra marathon runner, fun fitness, you know, and you should be in life anyway. Like cardio helps with longevity. All right, come on, get back to it. All right. See, the mistake he's making is standing there, putting his guard up and staying in the danger zone. He needs, mate, that's a dirty move, punching behind his head, you know, and you know, that's a real piece of shit move. No offense, Bobb, but you know, how would you like someone smashing the back of your head, giving you brain damage? It's a real dirty move, and you know, especially in a where you got referees, like it should be an automatic loss, you know, because you know you see boxers who've like got permanent brain damage from that, you know. So, but anyway, so the point being is, let's whiz it on a bit. Shit, what happened there? Alright, hold on. Alright, so he's coming in, bang, bang, battering again. See, okay, done. So as you can see, you can't, when you've got a unit like that, an opponent, enemy of that size next to you, you can't stand and take damage. You know, you should never stand there and take damage anyway. You've got to pivot off. But I think what would, I just want to, yeah, so point being, I wanted to show you the second fight. Okay, so look, boom, straight away he's running to smother him, right? You know. So I think where Ernesto Hoost went wrong is, you know, where's his teeps? You know, like Muay Thai teeps. Where are the teeps? No teeps. You know, he's like not a one-trick pony, but he's just, you know, he's that right leg kick to the left of an opponent, and and some nice combos, you know. But that's what put him at the top, you know, back in the day. But these days, I think you have to be a bit more well-rounded. But the point of this whole thing was I feel like you need the jumping knees, the jumping knee to the solar plexus. I think if Ernesto Hoost had the jumping knees, with this, look, boom, kidney shot. You know, Ernesto Hoost was a legend. Yeah, he's a legend. You know, like one of my favourite fighters. But I feel like to win this match, because his method is just basically smother and then bang until the dude's out of there. Bobb Sapp's method. You know, you've got to. You can't stand there and take damage. It's too risky. Boom. See what I mean? It's just too powerful. Yeah, like proper haymakers. Yeah, so I think if he had really strong teeps, you know, the strong Muay Thai teep, Ernesto Hoost, and he had the flying knee to the solar plexus. You can't use elbows in kickboxing, but in Muay Thai you can. I think he would have won, and kept pivoting off away from damage. But yeah, he beat him twice, and literally Ernesto Hoost was the best striker in the world at the time. So, what's to learn? One, this big Yash unit is blowing. You can see how exhausted he is. You know, and two is, you know, when you've got a unit of that size, you need to go bone to soft tissue. You need to go knees, elbows. You know, street fight, boom, straight on the balls, push kick to the knee, throat chop, you know, throat punch, headbutt, whatever you need to do, you know, like to neutralise this large individual trying to hurt you, you know. But in terms of like a match setting, I think the flying knees would have done it and kept pivoting off. You know, in a street fight setting, you know, you can be a bit dirtier, you know, so the kick to the balls would slow him down, and the flying knees to the solar plexus though, and elbows, you know, you need, like, you'd have to go elbows for you know, elbows are one of the best anyway, because you don't want to break your hand. You know, the hand's got loads of little hand muscles, bones that you can break. So yeah. So yeah, so this is Ernesto Hoost versus Bobb Sapp, my analysis, and yeah, we really big fan of Ernesto Hoost. So, you know, big shout out to Ernesto Hoost. Bobb, yeah, you're cool, man, but like punch to back of head's not cool, man. That's low level loser shit. But you know, like you could tell he didn't have the cardio either. So, you know, cool. Hope that's helpful, and hope you look forward to seeing the course. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.